Folks, welcome back to another Dragon Traveler video. Guys, if you have not done so, go ahead and download the game. Click the link in the description to get yourself into BlueStacks and download the sponsored link and get yourself in the game. It's actually been a ton of fun. I'm still playing it. That's right. I've actually been really enjoying this game. It's an idle RPG. If you guys don't know what that is, essentially is your team building, collecting, gacha. In this case, a lot of waifus, becoming a dragon and whooping ass and taking names. There is some PvP. There are different modes. There are a ton of ways to summon. And currently they're giving away 1,000 summons to all players who just jump on and play. And guys, I'm completely free to play and I'm having a blast. So let's talk a little bit about my team and how to get yourself around this. I'm not going to make a tier list yet because quite honestly, I've seen a few of them out there and they all differ. So I'm going to give you guys my take on it. You guys can see here, this is the pay to win aspect. If I was to buy anything, this would have been available for me. You guys can see the purchase is still USD 99 cents. So I am completely free to play. So no worries about it. I am currently on chapter 14.5. And I have not been able to get stopped. This is the first time I've hit a little bit of a snag. And quite honestly, we're going to go over what my team is, how you can develop it yourself, and what you guys should do to get yourself up and running in this game fairly easily. Okay, so first off, my whole thing on this, guys, is as a free-to-play player, your job is simply to do one thing and one thing only, and that is boost the power of your team as fast as you possibly can to hit this resonance mode. Now, when you hit resonance, you're going to be able to have every single unit be the same level for that specific class, so this is a must-have. In order to do this, you got to get to a certain point in the game, and all of your characters need to hit a certain level. So with that being said, just make sure you try to do that. That's going to be your goal. While you're doing that, make sure you join a good guild. I just joined a random one, and we're having a blast. Make sure you participate in everything that's available, guys, and there are a ton of events going on. So let's talk a little bit about the teams I'm rocking, what I'm doing, and how it's been working for me. We're going to talk a little bit about battle as well and what you can do to help yourself out in order to do better in this game. So first off, my team. All right, let's go over this. The Luminary that I currently have. Yes, I did summon Ifrit. Ifrit has been my go-to DPS the entire time. Love using this girl. She does massive amounts of damage, not only on random heroes, teams, etc., but she also is a boss killer. So she is my go-to DPS. Ifrit has been a fantastic unit, so I highly do recommend getting her if you have a chance. So that is the old unit that just got released. There's two other units we'll talk about, and we'll talk more about them shortly. The second unit I'm using, which is completely free to play, and this one I highly recommend as your main tank, especially if you're a free to play player, is going to be the Midsummer Night's Dreamer, Bernie. She is available through an event. It's super easy to do the event, guys. It is the where is it? The law. Where it's gone? Is it gone? The event must be gone because I must have finished. Oh, no, hold on. It's in the celebration. My bad, guys. Like, where'd it go? So under the Brave Journey right here, you guys can see you're able to log in. And as you log in, they're going to give you guys some free spins. And these spins will eventually give you guys the opportunity to get a copy of her and then extra summons and other things along the way. Super easy. All you got to do is play the game. Guys, it's simple. And you get yourself mythic summons and more summons along the way. And eventually you get yourself an SSR Plus Luminary ticket where you can summon your own of your choice. So it's really cool on that one. It's a random one, by the way, not your choice. Sorry, it's random. But either way, it's a free SSR Plus. Yes, there are differences between SSRs and SSR Pluses, and I'll talk about that real quickly. So that's my secondary unit. And my third unit here is the other free unit, the Dragon Slayer Siegfried. You actually just get her from playing the game. As soon as you progress through the story, they give you copies of her, which you can eventually just transfer the star over to this character. So you get like a middle class character, and then eventually this is the last one. She's pretty decent. She will be replaceable very soon, though, as soon as I get another level character up, but she is going to be your warrior. Now, keeping in mind, you need a warrior, a guardian, a mage, an archer or ranger, a priest, and one other class to get up in order to do resonance. So make sure, guys, you focus on every single class in order to move past that little spot called resonance. You'll have to have one of each class leveled up. Okay, most classes to get leveled up, you need at least 2 pink stars. Super easy to get when you're free to play, trust me. All right, my next unit here, this is the one I have to change, is Caligula. I use him as a backup heals. Honestly, not that great. And the only reason why I had to level him up is because my actual real main priest, the Fairy Queen Titania, is actually not fully ready to rock and roll yet. So I'm using her, but she's not really being used that often. Well, she is used that often, but I need to get an extra copy of her in order to get her star up. And then of course my assassin here, I'm using the Twilight's Beast Fenrir in order to just interrupt the back as much as I possibly can. As soon as I get a better assassin, he will be replaced. But right now he was used in order to get my star up and again my resonance going. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the lineup, the characters, why I'm using these characters, and how I'm doing. Okay, so first off, again, I've hit a little bit of a snag finally. I've hit a wall. We'll see if we can pass that wall. But before I do that, let me show you guys how the star up system works. You guys can see over here, I've got an opportunity to start up a couple units. I'm going to go ahead and do that right here. And And once you star up, you'll see they go up and the stats also increase as well too. Your goal is try to get to red stars as fast as you can. It's a really, really big power boost. The other ones really don't boost you that much, unfortunately. So getting to red star is kind of your goal, but for free to play, that is going to take some time. All right, so let's go into this little, I'm stuck on this stage, but let me just challenge one more thing. I think this stage is actually kind of tough as well. So we're in the training grounds. I'm going to explain to you guys what you need to know and why this team kind of works really well for me. So you guys can see the power level is much higher than mine, right? 324,000. I'm at 286. This is most likely going to be a loss. Believe it or not, guys, power levels make a massive, massive difference. A couple things to note here. When you set up your overdrive order, this is the order in which in auto, your team is going to do their ultimates. Okay, so make sure you understand that. So my goal is to essentially keep my tank alive. So she does a shield. Titania does her heal, which is only 4 cost versus 5 on Caligula. And then my Ifrit does the AoE that I need to happen. It's kind of an AoE. It's actually a single target attack, but it's random 9 hits. And then, of course, my 2-star only, or my 2 overdrive is the Fenrir attack, which in the back will essentially interrupt somebody. So your positioning is super important here. Okay, a couple things to note here. If I were to move a couple things. So you can see all the buffs that I'm getting just by moving in the front, right? So these buffs are provided through your dragon, so your worm, and what your dragon has on equipped as relics. Okay, so that's very, very important to remember. You guys can see these are the relics that are currently equipped, and each relic does specific things. So make sure you understand that. I'm pushing the red dragon for now. Super easy to do. That's my focus. All right. The next thing to note is where the enemy is attacking. So you guys can see I'm moving my tank around, and all the enemies are going to be attacking my tank because there's no actual assassin here to interrupt, which is fantastic. Now, speaking of assassin, you want to make sure that the assassin targets somebody who's going to be a problem for your team. So right now, I believe this healer here is going to be an issue. So I'm going to move the healer over here, and I'm going to move my tank up here to get a little bit, well, my warrior up here to get a little bit of love. Titania is going to move up here instead, so she gets a little bit of love as well. And actually, Caligula is going to move here too. And I'm going to move him back a spot, and the reason why is because Dreams Come True, I believe, does more crit damage. So he's still going to attack this unit, but he's getting the proper buffs. And if it's perfectly fine where she's at, I want her to actually destroy this Medusa-looking woman, or Shiva. And then from here, remember, this is the order in which you're going to attack. So let's try this out and see what happens. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this. The power scaling is insane in this, obviously, so keep that in mind. All right, let's try this out. So here, I have it on auto. You should see the right order happen. She's Oberani's going to do her ult here, give herself a shield. My dragon's going to attack. Ifrit's going to, or Titania's going to heal up everybody, or at least try to at least, but you guys can see how much damage they do, right? Right now, it's impossible to actually keep up with this because they're just doing so much damage. And see if it does his to interrupt. Still not enough, unfortunately. The detonate happened right there, but we're getting our asses rocked because the power difference is crazy. So that's the main thing to remember, guys. So one thing for free-to-play players to note is if you are stuck somewhere, like I am right now, it's an idle game. There's a reason why it's called idle, right? It's going to take you time. See, like if I try to attack the back unit, I can't because there's a guardian in the way. So I'm going to attack right here. So I'm going to try to kill that unit back there. The reason why you're going to be stuck is it's meant to do this, guys. The game is meant to make a lot of players just get stuck. And if you are stuck, don't worry about it. You'll get through it eventually. It just takes a little bit of time, okay? So understand positioning. See where your best positioning location is. Play around with the ultimates. I'm going to take Fenrir's ultimate out. That way Titania can, or I do a shield to keep her alive longer, and then Titania can heal. But you guys can see here, overall, it's all about positioning. It's all about power, and it's all about team composition. You see back there how Fenrir is attacking? Like, that hurt a lot. That girl rocked me. I think it's Melanie or Melina, whatever his name is. This is why you want Fenrir to have his ultimate up. So that way you can interrupt that completely without getting him killed. Like he's going to die right now, right? And again, this is a power thing, right? A lot of this is a power issue. It's just to have more power than I do. So at the end of the day, if I'm struggling like this with my team and I can't get through it, well, that's why you have to wait a little bit. But in this case, this is why you focus on one DPS unit and try to max them out. So there you guys go. Completed that stage. Now we can move on to the next one. All right. So you can see positioning does play a big role. Just make sure you position correctly, guys, and get it done. Sometimes doing this right here, where you're just skipping the story mode, is not the greatest path of success, because you'll go in there and you'll realize, hey, I lost. What happened? It's because your assassin was in the wrong spot, or something was interfering with the assassin from killing the back unit, and that's a big deal. So make sure, guys, you do go in once in a while. Make sure you readjust your setups and also readjust your positioning. And also remember, at the end of the day, RNG plays a big role. right? It's going to eventually take its spot. Whether some crits land or not, that's up to the game. And sometimes it's just a matter of luck. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please let me know what you guys are doing for your current teams. If you're pay to win, free to play, doesn't matter. Let me know what you're running. And if you guys think I could switch it up and change somebody, let me know who you think I should use. But so far I've been having a blast, guys. No issues here. And you guys see I did lose that one right there. And right now, and I can tell you what the problem was, this unit right here, right, is now, because there's 2 guardians here, and it makes them kind of useless, right? So you don't want to do that. So we're going to run here. Let me see if I can put him, actually, hold on. Let me try something here. We're going to try a little something different. Let's put Ifrit here, and we're going to take him and toss. There you go. See how he attacks the back now? So that was kind of where I was going with that. I was hoping the goal would have been that. So we'll leave Fenrir right there. We can actually put him right here and let him attack. So let's see what happens this time. Let's just do one more little quick test. They have more power than I do, but I think having Fenrir attack the back now will be a lot easier. Okay, he's already attacking there. Keeping her alive is the goal, right? Fenrir still attacking. Good, good, good. This time I think we got it. Here we go. Dead right there. Boom. That should, oh, it didn't kill him? Okay, okay. There we go. We got him there. Okay. See what I mean? That's all it takes, guys. It's just a little bit of a difference in positioning, and you go from a loss to an absolute win, and nobody even dies. So very, very important to remember that, guys. Sometimes having the backup healer like I have in Caligula is actually not a bad choice. I think some of you guys who may be struggling might want to consider doing that as well. All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.